Hello, and welcome back to downtown, where it's not raining for once, so that's good. Taking a look at the families, we've got 8 of them left in the bin, so I'm gonna roll a d8 die. Okay, it was number 8, so it seems that this episode is gonna be about Cyd Roseland, who I've never ever played before, actually, even though he's one of the bin families. So yeah, where should he live with his dog then? I'm guessing down here. I actually already had an apartment in mind for him, and I was figuring that he could be the neighbor of the Miller family. So it's going to be a very small apartment. It's one of those for 575 simoleons in rent at the top floor. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move him in here. So here we are, and of course the apartment I was thinking of is at the top floor. So it's this one to the right of the Millers. So yeah, he can afford that rent already with the money that he happens to have. So I'm gonna just have him rent that. So it's not a lot of money that he has, but I think let's leave it like that for now. So actually, this is a family that had a family description that I forgot to read before we moved in here, so I've got it in front of me. Cyd and Porthos are the founders of the Dognachi technique, which introduced the world to canine physical training through mental discipline. Together, they prove that Sims and dogs can achieve amazing and inspirational results. That's interesting. I wonder if maybe Cyd has a bio as well. He does, okay. Cyd Roseland's world revolves around 2 things, physical training and his sidekick Porthos. He believes that a healthy body promotes a long sim life and will prove it through example. We've got something to go off then. He's not extremely active, so that's interesting that he's got that. I mean, it feels like maybe I should force him to have the fitness hobby then. That would make sense. Maybe I should randomize it and see what it lands on, if that makes sense as well. Can dogs have bios? Yeah, I think. Yes. Okay, so he's also got a bio. Porthos holds the record for fastest learned trick and intends to keep it. With more practice, he aims to beat his old record, but with new tricks. Okay, so he's a genius and he's hyper, friendly, and finicky. Okay. Well, genius dogs do learn tricks fast, so that's true, I guess. Oh, nice. He's already completely housebroken, so that's good. And yeah, he knows to eat dog food and be playful, so that's good as well. And he knows come here and play dead. Okay, well, so I guess he's a bit of a dog trainer then. That's interesting. Well, let's bring the stuff out that I need and start to get to know him a bit better. And let's start with the season just to not forget about it. Good, 3 days left in spring. And I'm gonna start with randomizing his secondary aspiration. Got number 5. So that's pleasure, okay. I mean, I feel like that makes sense because he's got this then fast metabolism. It feels like that would suit him pretty well. Okay. He's unemployed and he has no skills whatsoever, which is very surprising in that case. I'm gonna randomize his lifetime want. Have 50 first dates. Okay, so he is gonna wanna date his way around the neighborhood. Okay. And I mean, if it's first dates, it's gonna be different people as well. Interesting. I'm looking for him in my spreadsheet, but it looks like I've forgotten to add him actually. Yeah, I think I've focused so much on the downtown is that I just forgot that I was gonna play him. But no matter, I'm gonna just add him in. So I'm gonna use a cheat called SimDNA to get this pop-up with his well, his DNA, what he's got. So it looks like he doesn't have any recessive genes at all. So he's a pretty standard sim then, I guess. So he's got green eyes and tan skin color. Okay, then I'm guessing that he's not got any family tree. No, he's just alone. All right. Okay, so let's just randomize his hobby and see what I get. Okay, I got number 6, and that is cuisine, I'm pretty sure. I wonder... Well, it's definitely not going to be arts. Well, I guess it could have been. But maybe let's go with cuisine then, since that's what I randomized, and he's going to also be into fitness. So even though it's not his one true hobby, he's going to be interested in it. Maybe that's going to make him more two-dimensional as well. Oh yeah, and what is his gender preference? He's straight. Okay. The major is going to be a bit tricky then. He is a knowledge sim, so that's one clue. I guess it really depends on what I want to do with him, really. I feel like his biography calls for him having some sort of dog training business, which would be interesting to develop and explore as well. I don't think I've ever done that. Or he could be a celebrity. But I mean, yeah, he hasn't really earned anything from it yet then in that case. I mean, Porthos, does he have a job? No, he doesn't have a job. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that it would be interesting for him to have a dog job in the show business career. Yeah, they could be like trying to work their way up there to make Porthos into a movie star. And then I could also have Cyd be a dog trainer. So I could have other people enlist him to train their dogs and then pay him for it. The question is if I want to combine that with something else. One thing that I could do is like have a store for him to sell dog things, pet things, really, a pet shop. But I don't feel like I want to go in that direction with him. He has these thoughts about typical knowledge sim things. And if I look at his personality, he's pretty even, really. Nothing is standing out here. And his interests. Oh, wow, this is interesting. He has no interest in food whatsoever. Maybe giving him the cuisine hobby then isn't very realistic. Maybe I should just, yeah, I'm gonna force it to fitness. I'm changing that in my spreadsheet. Just based off of his biography. He's interested in money, so he wants to make it big, I guess. Not very interested in entertainment or culture. I mean, one path could have been that he was studying to work in the entertainment business at college. And then things changed when he acquired Porthos. Does he have any interesting memories? Speaking of. Yeah, I moved him in and out a couple of times, so I think I might want to fix this later on in CMP. But basically, he just had his first kiss with the Mystery Sim and then became best friends with Porthos. Let's take a look at the list of majors with careers. One option is political science, but I don't feel like that fits, really. Could be literature, but I don't think that particularly fits either. Economics would suit since he's interested in money, but besides that, I don't really see it. Otherwise, it's drama. And I think maybe drama is the one that is the most suitable. It's between these two, really. He's also a health freak, and the drama major has athletic in it. Yeah, because right now I can't really see him pursuing a business of any kind, and this is more like geared towards that. But I want to go a different path with him, I think. So I think I'm going to go with drama. Yeah. Let's go with drama. This bothers me, though, that he's got no skills whatsoever. He's really focused all his skill building on the dog. You know what I'm going to do? Let's bring up SimWiki. Right, so let's look at the majors, and if I go down to drama, I can actually see here what the total skills are supposed to be once they are done with this major. So I think I'm gonna just give him these. Maybe that he didn't reach all of them, but yeah, something similar at least. So cooking is supposed to be a 1 and mechanical as well, so he can have those, I think. That's pretty easy. And charisma is supposed to be 5. Let's give him 4. Body is supposed to be 4. Let's give him 5 since he's so into fitness then. Logic 4. I mean, I feel like he should be pretty logical if he's training the dog that much. Creativity is also supposed to be 4. Let's make it 3. And cleaning is 1. Yeah, then at least he has something, and it's also tied together with his time at the university. And yeah, let's give him some body hair. Let's go with set 3, I guess. Good. And then I can get rid of this. He needs to have a cell phone. And yeah, so I'm gonna move over to the makeover part of this. So it's long brown hair, and I'm pretty sure I know which one I want to use. That was the one I was thinking of. I think I'm gonna go with, I have different shades of brown as well. This is sort of my go-to, but maybe I should try to challenge myself a bit with this. I think maybe this shade in that case, but both look good. Let's just see if there's another alternative that I like better, but I think otherwise I'm gonna go with that. I have this as well, but I feel like that might be a bit too long. Maybe. Oh yeah, and also this, but I don't think I want it for him. It's really nice hair, but no, I don't think it's right for him. Again, too long, I think. And this is an interesting option as well. I got this, but no, that's not gonna work. Too short, I think. Yeah, too short. Yeah, no, I don't think this is for him. No, not that one either. So I think actually the first one that I was thinking of is gonna be the best one, so let's commit to that one. Yeah, let's go with this shade. I think that's the one I see him most in, actually. And move over to the eyebrows. Yeah, I think those are good. It's got some slight stubble right now. Let's make it a bit darker. I think that looks good. And how about some makeup? Yeah, I think I'm pleased with that. Yeah, okay. So he's got this blue shirt on and jeans. Should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, maybe this one. I'm gonna put it in the basket just in case it works. I mean, fitness clothes would make sense, I guess. Yeah, maybe that's the way I should go with it, to be honest. I could do this as well, give him a t-shirt and jeans for his everyday. Okay, so if I go with the t-shirt strategy, I would probably pick something like this. And maybe these were the best ones. If I were going with the sporty version, he could still, of course, have those pants. Let's buy that and see what happens. We already have some other clothing in here, apparently. Oh, did I accidentally get that as well? Oh, well. But I don't think I want that for him. What does that look like with the pants? And what about the t-shirt? I think let's go with this for now. And I guess it's gonna have to change for summer anyway when that happens. So let's make this his spring outfit. He's got so many clothes, but I guess it's because I used his family to move everyone in. This is gonna be an outfit he's gonna be wearing a lot, I guess. So maybe I should give him a tracksuit, actually. Maybe that's better. Yeah, let's go with those. Right, and he should be able to have the same pants for his outwear, yeah. And what kind of jacket would he have? I mean, this isn't too bad, to be honest. This could work very well. Yeah, or something like this. I don't know why, but I kind of like this on him, though. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, I think that was a good choice. So let's gussy up and change into your everyday. Yeah, and there we have him. Looking handsome. And of course, Porthos is, he's gonna look like this. But I could get him a collar just in case he happens to run away at some point. You never know. Maybe the lightning arrives and he gets scared. That has happened to me before. Yes, I think I'm going to do that after, when the apartment is furnished. So the first thing I did was recoloring the walls, because I didn't feel like that cheerful green color was right for Cyd. And also the sort of beige color in the bedroom also became black. Something told me that black and blue was sort of Cyd's colors. That was the color scheme that I picked up from choosing his outfits as well. So I transferred that onto the entire apartment as well. And I ended up putting in some comfy pillows on his bed, and I found this really adorable recolor with dogs on it, so I was very happy about that. They fitted in perfectly, of course. And placing down the pillows was a bit interesting, because this the cluster of pillows had to sort of lean on the other ones, so yeah. I think it would have looked maybe a little bit better if the headboard would have still been there for the bed, but since it's a 4x3 room, I had to squeeze it into the wall, otherwise he wouldn't be able to use both sides. Well, he wouldn't be able to walk around the bed, that is. And I ended up putting in some decorative things on the walls here as well, and ended up using this picture that I haven't used for a very, very long time. That came with the Pets expansion, I guess, with a dog and a little parrot on it, so very cute. But of course, since the bedroom is so small, I didn't have any space for a wardrobe, so I ended up putting that in the entrance hall. Well, the section of the big room that's for the entrance, that is. I found a cute doormat with 2 dogs on it, one of them smelling the other one's butt, and it says greetings. I thought that was very amusing. And of course some dog leashes as well needed to be there. And then I was a bit caught off guard by this bathroom, because that window was placed a bit oddly. So I had to cover it up completely with blinds, because otherwise it would be just awkward to sit there and use the bathroom, I guess. So yeah, this was the only way I could furnish it and make it make sense, I think. And still be able to have a mirror above the sink and everything, so yeah. And another one of the dog pictures went into the bathroom. And then I sat and just stared at this big room for a while, because the layout is a bit awkward, and I had no idea where I would put the kitchen and the sofa with the TV. At first I thought that maybe this corner could be a good kitchen, and I'm sure it would have been, but I couldn't figure out where to put the TV and have the sofa facing it in that case, so I switched things around, and this became the area for the kitchen instead. So I struggled for a while with the counters, because I needed to somehow make it make sense with having counter space and also being able to have islands so that I could use bar stools, because I knew I wouldn't be able to fit in a dinner table anywhere. So I ended up using these open islands that look a little bit like tables, and that's where I'm gonna put down the chairs later on. So far so well, really, but once I continued with the kitchen part of this, I quickly realized that, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to put in a stove, a sink, and a fridge in here. There's just no way how I'm gonna figure this out. So I actually ended up just putting down another counter, a cooktop, and a sink, and then I figured out I'm gonna have to put stuff on shelves, and I'm gonna have to put the fridge somewhere completely different. So the layout of this kitchen really became odd, but I feel like it became pretty charming as well. Definitely feels like a tight little apartment for a city lot. And oh my god, you can see my struggles here with the OMS piece. Jesus Christ. It took me so long to be able to click on that green one. Oh, yeah. I finally managed it, and after I finally did it, I decided not to recolor it invisible for a while, just let it sit there in case I needed to move it. And yeah, lo and behold, I did need to move it. So yeah. Ended up putting in a lot of clutter in this small kitchen, and I feel like that livened things up a bit. And yeah, you can see that whatever happened when I fiddled around with this up and down, it wasn't level with this shelving anymore, so I had to buy a new one, and then it actually did level. So. And then I put down a coffee machine on the corner here. At this point I wasn't sure if it was gonna work or not, so I was sort of winging it at this point. And it looked very strange sitting at an angle like that with the ugly back showing. So I cluttered up the space around it just to sort of hide the back of it. And yeah, make the area feel a bit more lived in as well, of course. So a huge, what is it, this kitchen processor or whatever it's called. Not usable, but I imagine that maybe Cyd is gonna use it to make some healthy smoothies or something. And then this is where the fridge actually went, like in the corner of the room, so it's a bit strange, but yeah, that was the only way I could fix it, really. And at first I made that this sort of dog corner, but I'm gonna end up changing that out later. I added some more chairs because I figured that I was not in a million years be able to put in a computer desk anywhere. So I needed to put in the computer onto the island, that is. And at first I was struggling a lot with what chairs I was able to use, and only actually was able to get it to work then like not using a recolor. I don't know if that had anything to do with it or if it just randomly worked after a while. But yeah, I had Cyd take out a loan for some more money, and then I could go ahead and actually buy him a living room as well. The placement of the TV was going to be a bit odd no matter how I did it, so I ended up putting in a table here in front of the window, and of course, since it's a window there, I put in blinds as well because, yeah, I had to obscure the light somehow. And I shifted it to the side a bit to actually also be able to squeeze in a bookshelf. I feel like that was pretty important for Cyd since he's a knowledge sim after all, and I figured that books is going to be one of his interests, of course. And he got some music as well. That's always handy, especially if he's going to have a lot of dates, because they often roll wants to dance when they have that dates, and then it's nice to have music, of course. Some more decorations here, a werewolf poster, which was a bit funny to me. And I put in some lights as well, and a time control clock, of course. Strangely enough, these bedside tables weren't the normal height, so I had to put it on an, I think it was number 6 OMSB to get it to actually sit on the table properly. I played around with the thought of having a sort of dog walking sign there, but ended up not putting it in after all. And I looked forever for this bag of dog food, but I finally found it, so stocked it up against the fridge there. And at first I considered putting in some sort of gadgets or things on top of the fridge, but nah, ended up not going with that. Cluttering up the walls again, and then realizing that, oh my god, I need to have an exercise machine, so I ended up putting in the dog stuff on the corner instead. So this is when I have to come to you, cap in hand, and confess that I finished playing this episode, and after I was completely done, having played it 2 days and turned everything off, I realized that the sound was on mute. I was so annoyed at myself for this. This was the first time that this has happened to me, but it's always been a fear that at one point it's going to happen, and it turns out that today was the day that it actually ended up happening. So once I realized it, I actually exited the lot without saving. So I am going to be able to play through the second day on camera. But as for the Monday that I played at first, I'm just going to have to walk you through what happened briefly. You can see the footage in some part, but unfortunately there's gonna be no way for me to show the whole thing to you, so I'm sorry again, but that's just how we're gonna have to do it this time. So right after I had furnished the apartment and Cyd had to take out a loan to make that happen for 5,000 simoleons, I had him look for a job. And this pop-up that you're seeing right now is because of a pretty recent mod that I added that actually gives you a little preview of the jobs that are available before you click continue and scroll through them. That way you can decide at the get-go if it's any of the ones that you want or not. And the beauty is that if you're not interested in any of them, you can just take quit and wait for the next day, basically. So in this case, he could actually pick the athletic career. So I went ahead and chose that for him. And he ended up being employed as a starter. So he actually has the exact same job as his neighbor, Ray Gray. So I was pointing out that they had the potential of becoming pretty good friends. Then he was looking after his dog, Porthos, teaching him not to attack the furniture. And then it was actually time for his first day at work. So I had him run downstairs and he left and Porthos was alone. But he wasn't sad for that because he interacted with the neighbors all day while Cyd was at work. So the neighbors were actually getting along fairly well, except for Ray and I think her name is Cassandra. They were at each other's throats constantly, slapping and poking each other. So that was a bit interesting to see. Then Cyd came home from work and I had him introduce himself to the neighbors. And unfortunately, Lily only just went back to her apartment before he could greet her properly. So yeah, I had to wait for Cyd to meet her later. And since both Cyd and Porthos was downstairs already, I had him start to train him in a new skill. And that was to teach him to stay. So he kept at it for quite a while and got pretty far up the bar before the poor dog was too tired to continue. But he didn't visibly stay one time all throughout that. And I pointed out that I wasn't really impressed with how fast he learned his skill. But I guess there's no special coding in the Sims that makes it extremely fast. So that, yeah, it just makes sense, I guess. So they both went back upstairs. Cyd used the bathroom, praised Porthos for using the pet bed. Or well, sleeping on the floor, that is. I realized that the routing was not working very well with the pet bed that I had chosen, so I ended up exchanging it for a smaller one. And they sat next to each other, sleeping and drinking coffee in the afternoon. Then Cyd spent quite a while just chatting with people, getting to know them. And then he went outside, just out of his apartment on the landing, where apparently all neighbors had decided to gather, and I found that pretty amusing that all of them were coming upstairs. But I guess that has to do with the fact that there's really nothing else for them to do than interact with each other on this lot if they're outside of their apartments. So I guess that's why they congregate wherever there's another sim on the lot. So Cyd spent quite a while chatting with Ray. So they grew a bit close during this. And they actually ended up meeting Nolan and Lily finally as well. Then he spent some time exercising, starting to try to build up his fitness. And then he had a cup of ramen that he decided to burn. And I thankfully remembered to put in a fire alarm right before he burned it. Not that it caught on fire, but it really could have. I just said also that I'm so used to using the cook hoods on my stoves that that's why I forgot to actually put in a fire alarm this time, since he didn't have one of those. And that was up until the point where I stayed for the night and sped through, and we're gonna actually start playing now that it is the morning. Okay, so I've actually got the sound on properly now. So embarrassing, that's never happened to me before. Oh well. So I'm gonna replay this day again. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen pretty much the way that I know that it happened the first time, but that you don't know about, of course. So yeah, let's see. Of course, now I already have gotten to know him a fair bit, and yeah, but I can walk you through it as well. It's just gonna have to be this way this time. Yeah, so since this is his day off, he doesn't work Tuesdays, I figured that he would like to have a morning jog, and he can actually go and have a jog together with Porthos. So I'm just going to have him clean up a bit here and then, yeah, go outside for a jog. Actually, technically, he's not supposed to be able to go for a jog yet, since he doesn't have enough fitness enthusiasm, but I guess I must have some mod that allows him to go jogging anyway. I think I maybe put that in because I figured that anyone should be able to go jogging. You don't have to be interested in fitness to actually do it. All right, so let's see here. Go jogging with Porthos. And yeah, of course, he's walking outside in his PJs. Very confidently showing off his chest, I guess. Just keeping an eye on Porthos as well, so he doesn't get stuck on the landing, because then I'm gonna have to interrupt this. No, it worked. Good. Right. Where is the dog now then? Don't tell me it got interrupted after all. Oh, it did. Wow, he's really made a mess of the backyard here. Well, I guess Cyd is going to run alone then. Yeah, okay, good. He's back. And he does want to have breakfast, but I think that he can actually go ahead and keep working out for a while longer. Then maybe have a shower and then, yeah, make some breakfast. So what I've kind of figured out about Cyd is that he is a bit of a loner. He doesn't have any, friendships or close relationships to any relatives or anything like that. There's really no one in his life except for his dog, Porthos. And I was kind of theorizing that maybe Cyd had a hard time connecting to people as he grew up. He doesn't have those close relationships left now that he's settled in here. But maybe he has had an easier time to actually connect with dogs. And that's why he's like extremely close to his own dog. But then, of course, the lifetime want that he got is interesting as well, because you know, he does want to get out there and meet people and, you know, go on dates and be romantic, I guess, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he wants them to stay close. Like, he wants to go on 50 first dates after all. He wants to meet different people, not the same one girlfriend, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, that makes me think that he maybe has commitment issues. He wants to see people, he wants to have fun and be out and about, but he doesn't want to commit to anyone, that is. And I was kind of thinking about the possibility of him maybe being aromantic, because I have explored a bit with the asexual trait that I have, and made asexual sims in the past. And I recently was told that there's also an aromantic trait that you can get. And I've never tried that before. So that would be interesting as well to explore. And maybe Cyd is the sim that I've been waiting for to try it out. But I think I do want him to actually go out on town before that, so I can see how he actually interacts with people before I make a final decision on that. Yeah, that would be interesting, and I think it would fit actually with what I've learned about him so far. Oh yeah, and I also realized as I was playing that I had to put a slot blocker here on this counter, and also some blockers on this, because otherwise he's gonna put stuff down on here as well. Yeah, but besides that, this very interestingly shaped kitchen has worked pretty well. Oh yeah, also I realized that maybe the bin wasn't working very well. I ended up putting these decorative things on walkthrough blocks, so I think I'm gonna do that as well. Let's see if he can actually access the bin properly this time. So last time he actually ate 3 of these, and I think that's probably gonna be the case this time as well. He's really starving. I mean, I think it's funny because I feel like it's a little bit implied that Cyd would be a werewolf, since he did come with the Pets expansion, and that included werewolves, and also the fact that he is a bit of a lone wolf, like this has turned out. He actually farted in this exact same position before as well. Guess it was meant to be. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait until the evening to actually get Porthos that pet job that I wanted for him in the showbiz career. Just because I don't want him to progress too quickly in the career. And yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, I think the carpool for that career ended up coming very early, like 8 a.m. So maybe I can get him that job now, actually. Anyway. Right, so he's gonna need a bath soon as well. I also need to make sure to praise him so he learns not to break the furniture. Okay, so he's just outside. Oh, no, he's down there. Okay. Because I was thinking that should get that bath out of the way. Yes, so Cyd has met quite a few people, but see if there's anyone else here. There's Vamsi Caster. Let's meet these people as well. Good, where is Porthos now then? He's still downstairs. Oh. But, oh yeah, let's go back here so that Cyd can... Command, come here. Now let's see if I can get him washed. Oh, he's not on the way. Didn't he hear Cyd all of that way from the apartment? Dogs are supposed to have good hearing, right? Oh, okay, he's on the way to eat food now, so it's gonna resolve itself. Okay, so last time it turned out that if Cyd tries to, just wash Porthos like this, he's gonna actually stand here and block the way into the room. So what I had to do was have him go here and then use command come here. Then Porthos is actually going into the room first, and that will allow me to wash him. Oh no, the dog escaped. Scold him then. And let's try this again. Oh. Yeah, it's slim margins here. Yay, good dog. So let's praise him as well. And yeah, then Cyd pretty much has to take a nap because he's exhausted. Having a day off is really exhausting, I guess. I'm just gonna speed through as he sleeps. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Let's fill the pet bowl and then I'm gonna have him call for a delivery because I figure that he is not interested in food. Oh, he actually has 1 point now. He didn't have any points earlier. I don't know what happened. That's weird. But yeah, so I guess he would just order like Chinese food and then I can stick it in his inventory and he's gonna have almost an infinite amount of dinner. So yeah, I don't think that he would be very much interested in cooking most of his food. Is there anyone new on the chat now? Yeah, there are some people here. Do you have the food delivery here? Yep. Guess the guy is on his way up. Let's accept the delivery. So he's met some Sims here now, and the only one he's aware that he's attracted to so far is Lindsay. So let's see what happens. I think that there's quite a few Sims who finds Lindsay attractive so far actually in this neighborhood, so I guess she's gonna have a lot of guys to pick from. Yeah, and he's only gonna need 1 box, so I'm putting that in his inventory. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a pretty normal dinner for him to enjoy here in his solitude. But he is thinking about going on a date, so there's that. Okay, that took a long time. I think it takes extremely longer time for them to eat these than everything else. So let's see if the bin is working as it should. Yes, nice. So I would preferably want him to interact a bit more with his neighbors if I can swing it. It's only Rose out now, looks like. See if he can ask Ray to come out. Last time he said he wasn't home. Trying to avoid me. Let's see if it works this time. Oh, okay, now he actually is honest and saying he doesn't feel like hanging out. All right. And I think that Dominic was at work when I asked this last time. Guys at work. Is someone coming out? Oh, it's Nolan. Okay, yeah, that's not very interesting. Sorry, Nolan, but you're just a teen. Okay, let's maybe try with Lily as well then. She didn't want to hang out last time either. No, okay. Yeah, she also claimed to not be home last time, but this time she's also honest, I guess. Don't know which one is better or worse. So yeah, let's just have him work out for a bit. I don't think there's much else he can do at this point. Porthos is having a great time down here with the neighbors. Yeah, he's already fairly friendly with quite a lot of people, actually, surprisingly, and some pets as well. So yeah, I think that Cyd is going to want to work his fitness up quite a bit. It's actually a bit surprising what with his biography that he is not fit when you start playing him. But yeah, he definitely wants to do that. And I also think he's gonna want to study physiology eventually. I feel like that suits him. Yeah, I think that's good enough. I guess he's gonna faint otherwise. Let's freshen up and maybe have some coffee. Oh, and I need to get that pet job as well. I forgot to do that earlier. Yeah, so let's see here. We have find pet job for Porthos. Yeah, since there's only 3 available, all of them are always gonna be available when you search. Yeah, so it's Showbiz Extra at level 1. The carpool arrives at 8 a.m. Yeah, so he's gonna work Monday to Friday. He needs to learn to speak to get promoted, so that's good. That allows me to hold off for a while until I feel ready to promote him. And it says, your pet is an entry-level extra on the set of the latest Scrumptious Pets Morsels TV ad. For your pet to be promoted, teach it to speak. Right, good. Well, let's drink some coffee. He doesn't have very many wants that I can fulfill, really. He wants to see a wolf, ironically. As I said, he is implied to be a werewolf. I don't think I want to play him as a werewolf, though. I don't think I'm gonna want to have supernaturals in this Let's Play, because I've played them a little bit in the past and I haven't really found them very fun. And I want this to stay fun for me, so. But I guess they will be around in town, at least the vampires. What is that dog doing? He's... Oh, we actually have Ray outside now. Maybe Cyd can follow his dog's lead and interact a bit with him. Why don't you run here? So he doesn't have time to leave. I mean, he can't be worse company than Jasmine, after all. These two are at each other's throats constantly, it seems like. I'm gonna just queue up a few interactions here. Hopefully he can stay and talk for a while. Can talk about fitness now, that's nice. One thing that seems to be good about this, the layout of this slot, is that they have been playing a lot with Porthos throwing sticks to him, but none of them have ever done it over across the road. So that's good. I appreciate that. Wow, they're really getting along great now that I can actually pin him down and have Cyd interact with him. Maybe they can make friends if I'm lucky. Oh, yay, they made friends. Nice. So let's see. Porthos really needs to eat. And I think that maybe if I have Cyd run here, I can finish teaching Porthos to stay. And that's going to be another command. Shouldn't take many tries now. Oh, frustration. Oh, now he's got it. Nice. Looks so proud, keeping his head high. What a cutie. Yay, he made it. And Cyd actually finished it before he fell over in exhaustion. Yeah, now he's gonna go to sleep. Good. Yeah, so Porthos has learned 3 different commands and yeah, just need to learn to speak to advance in his career, but yeah. Let's hold off on that for a while. And that was the 2 days for Porthos and Cyd, and I'm very sorry about the sound issue. I'm gonna have to be more careful about that in future. So for what lies in the future for Cyd, I think that I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to go about this dog trainer career that I'm thinking of for him. You know, one option would be to have any dogs in the neighborhood come over here to this lot when I'm playing him. and have him train them like during the daytime or something. But I mean, in this tiny lot, I think that would be very challenging. I'm not sure how that would work. Of course, another option is to invite Cyd over to any family who actually has a dog and have him train that dog over there. And that would actually also make it easier for me to remember to send over money from that family to him, because I could do it at once as soon as he's left. So that could be another option. But then there's also the option of having a community lot for him. Some sort of a dog training center, or maybe a doggy daycare or something. But I think that should probably be something in the future that I can head towards. Maybe. But I also want to explore the sort of dog celebrity part of Porthos work and how that's going to work, because something that's a potential there as well is once I make a studio lot that I am going to use for the showbiz sims, that I can use that for Porthos as well, maybe, depending on how I do things. Yeah, so far I think I only have one dog in the neighborhood, and that is the Custer family's Sirius. So I think maybe he's going to be the first dog that Cyd is tasked with training then. Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to go about that. But yeah, I'm really excited in general to play more with Cyd, and to bringing out to community lots as well, have him actually meet people and figure out if he's going to be aromantic or not down the line. Let's see what happens. So thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it despite the issues, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.